Well, what I loved about the script is that ultimately there's a story of friendship and an adventure around, you know, a, a character that we've all grown to love so much over the years. And I guess, subjectively for me, turns out I became an actor. And I would say seeing a lot of Nicolas Cage's movies had a lot to do with why. I saw all of Nicolas Cage's movies when I was younger. And I think his more than anyone's. And my family was a very movie-going family. And I grew up in the 80s. And I'm talking about all of them. Talking about, maybe I didn't realize then that he was, flipping burgers and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I figured it out eventually, but we could start with, Rumblefish, Valley Girl, Racing the Moon with Sean Penn, and Birdie, and then Peggy Sue Got Married, Raising Arizona. Had a tremendous impact on me. The movie, his performance, and Moonstruck, and it just goes on from there, really. And so what I mean to say is that my brain was such a sponge, and was so influenced by what he was doing, that it's very surreal to be, in something with him. I had a meeting with Tom and Kevin in LA, I think early in casting when I was in the mix, for the part. And we ended up just talking about Nicolas Cage movies more than we did the actual movie that the meeting was about. And I think that if anything, the one thing that I couldn't hide or didn't have to fake was my knowledge and enthusiasm for Nicolas Cage's career. And I thought maybe it would be too on the nose. I'm not part of a, crime syndicate, but I'm definitely a fan. And so that kind of, maybe was part of convincing them. I think Javi adores Nick Cage above anyone else because he has taste. And obviously, there's so much about Nick's performances that are wild, and also skillful and, spontaneous and original and except I mean it. And so I think that that's everything that Javi doesn't dare to be. He's too afraid to, so he lives vicariously through these performances, and I think it just inspires him to, to take risks, ultimately. And because Nicolas Cage takes so many risks in his work. And I hadn't even thought of that, and I'm already basically done shooting the film. Well, Javi's feelings for Gabrielle aren't complicated. They're very specific. He's in love with her. Love is very complicated. The circumstances are complicated. And I think that, he starts out wanting to meet Nick Cage and celebrating his 40th birthday party with his hero. And ultimately, maybe unconsciously knowing that it's the way to make him change his life and follow his heart. Poor Javi.
So,
What a little coward. I'm not unfamiliar with comedy. I've done a lot of theater and, you know, done comedies within that medium, but I'm not, you know, known as far as film and television for any comedy at all. And so it's been an incredible experience and opportunity to be able to show that part of myself, or allow that part of myself to, in a way, kind of a truer part of myself to be exposed, which will be really sad if I'm not good in this. Me. I think they'll love me, mostly. And then maybe, you know, these shoes.